Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel, and welcome back to Lone Oak Farm. This is our episode number 26, and if everything goes as planned, you guys will be watching this episode on the eve before Christmas Eve. So on Monday, the 23rd of December. Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day. I am having a wonderful morning, especially after I figured out that I'm not losing my mind. I'm not losing my mind. You know, guys are guilty of this, right? Okay, so I'm gonna raise my hand and admit that I rarely read any sort of instructions. I rarely read any sort of um, change notes. Now, I will say that with my job, with my work, sometimes I do have to be a little more focused on change notes and revision notes or spec sheets, stuff like that, simply because there's usually a lot of possible legal ramifications with things. Um, and such as that. But even then, sometimes I gloss over some of it because I've been in this business for so long that um, there usually not much changes from one moment to the next. But in any event, I don't really read a lot of the change notes and stuff behind some of the mods and some of the games and some of the things that I use for my own personal enjoyment. And so if you're aware, if you know, there was an update for the seasons mod just recently, and if you have taken that update, then perhaps you have already more or less experienced this as well. So just to kind of bring you in just a little bit, I've been working on an offline gameplay for CCS 101's Nebraska map. Beautiful map. I'm playing it like it's located in the panhandle of Texas. So I'm going to do corn, I'm going to do a little bit of wheat, I'm going to do cotton, and I'm going to do soybeans. And so for right now, it's offline. I might do a special episode or something. Maybe we visit there or whatever. But anyway, I'm setting that map up last night, and I go in, and I don't have animals on it right now. And I go in, and it was late last night. It was late Friday night. And I go in and I pull up the F1 menu, and I didn't see an animal menu up here, but I didn't, it's like, okay, I don't have any animals, so quite possibly that's the reason why I don't have the animal menu. But then this morning I get up and I get my coffee going, and it's a good cup of coffee this morning. And again, this is Saturday, the something or another, the 21st, I believe, of December. And so I pull up my Lone Oak game save because I want to do a little bit of off-camera stuff just to bring us up to what I wanted to do for this episode, episode number 21. And I'm checking on the status of our animals just so I'm aware because I thought that they were mostly okay. And I thought at least I was going to be able to get started with the episode before I had to worry about them. So I hit up the F1 menu and the animal menu was gone. It was somewhere right in here, right? And so I'm going, oh my gosh, what in the world is going on? I remembered that that was the issue from my Nebraska game save, but I'm going, oh my God, I've installed a mod that has completely screwed this up. So I go in and I sort of, and of course, those of you that already know what the deal is, you're probably talking to your screen going, Jerry, this is what's going on. Well, I know what's going on now, and I'm going to get to that in just a moment. So if you're having this issue, if you have recently lost that animal menu, I'm gonna explain where it is and why it's gone away in just a moment. Just bear with me. Let me keep talking here on my soapbox. Uh, so in any event, I go through and I really hadn't installed that many mods on this map um, since I had successfully done anything with the animals. So I knew that only a day or two had gone by, and I knew that okay, I hadn't really activated any mods on this particular game save, but let me just go ahead and delete a couple that could be suspect, and I'll see what happens. But I will say I hadn't activated those mods. They were only in my mod folder, and I don't really separate my mod folders. I know that there are some people who swear by that, who say that you have got to have separate mod folders for each map game save. I have never, in the history of farming simulator, for me, for Jerry, for Grizzly Bear Sims, I have never experienced a problem by just having one mod folder and letting it go. The only time that I use separate mod folders is for multiplayer, because a lot of times the mods are so much different on multiplayer, especially if it's not a multiplayer server that I host. And I haven't done that with FarmSim 19. So that is that. Okay, so we've got, just kind of bring you up to speed here. We've got who is that? Let's Billy Bob. We've got Billy Bob mowing this grass field over here. This is going to be grass. We're going to pick this up later today, most likely off camera, and we are going to put that in our brand new that we just had built. GTX just finished building, and we'll drive around there. Just finished building our brand new um, silage processing facility, for lack of a better description. So this has just been built. We paid for this out of our funds. We have been selling our crops to get to where we have our 300 and something thousand dollars there. We have yet to pay off our bank loan, or pay anything towards our bank loan, but we will be doing that. So maybe by the time we come back together for another episode, you will see that the money has dropped. Um, and if so, that's where that has probably gone. Now, the other change that we made, and I did this fair and square. I basically sold the other tipper trailer that we had, and I purchased these two. These are a modded tipper trailer, and I tell you what. Okay, for those of you that are screaming at me, going, Jerry, what's the problem with the animal menu? Let me tell you, it's now in the seasons menu. If you do Alt S to bring up the seasons menu, you'll see where your animals are. You'll see what your animal condition is. This, ladies and gentlemen, is by far one of the best changes that have occurred, at least within the last couple of weeks. You know how I used to complain about going through the animal menu and having to scroll down through all of my chickens to get to my cows. Sometimes that menu then, depending on where you move your mouse on the screen, that menu jumps back up to the top chicken. Here, they've got them grouped logically. If you want to know about your pigs, which we don't have any, you can click your pigs. If you want to know about your chickens, there's your chickens. If you want to know about your cows, there's your cows. Thank you. Thank you, Realism Modding. Thank you for doing that. This should have been something that Giants should have done. But hey, Giants doesn't always think about what is best for their game. So Alt S to come up to the animal menu, or to come up to the seasons menu, and then you click on the animal menu, and there you go. Okay, there's probably some other changes in here as well that I have sort of glossed over. So anyway, this is part of the new update for seasons, for it to be compatible with consoles, because also Seasons is now available on consoles, so that is cool for those folks. But we got this cool update as a result of it, because before the Seasons update, the animal menu was still in the standard menu. Okay, so we sold the tipper that we had, because it was the in-game tipper. It was the Wilson, I believe, the Wilson trailer in-game. But because my only complaint about this map, and I'll show you this mod. So if you go under tippers and you go to trailers, you'll find it, and you'll find the link in my mod spreadsheet. It's these Wilsons, and I believe it's the Super B trailer that we have here on the map. It's 60,000 liters total, 30 and 30. And if there's one complaint that I have about this map, and I'm going to say this for maps in general, is the 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 sell points often are so tight the space that we have to maneuver vehicles is so very tight on some of these maps, and it just makes for a really big problem in trying to use some of the larger equipment. Now, having said that, I will say that like a map like Colborough Park Farm, for example, Colborough Park Farm, maybe Thornton Farm, some of those maps don't necessarily call for large equipment. However, a map like this could be played with small equipment. Squeeze by. I had too many pies, I guess. It could call for small equipment, but it could also call for large equipment. And so, because we've got some pretty good sized fields. So anyway, I made this change. I purchased these two trailers because of the articulation, the articulating action and the 60,000 liter capacity. This is going to help us get the corn and the soybeans off the field much quicker, and it allows for this rig to get through those sell points much better. I have also, just for grins and giggles to show you and everything, I'm working on getting all of our runs, grain to the Agri, grain to Hollister, grain to Lone Oak. So all of these are set up and are really good to go. Now, I will tell you that I ran into a small problem when I was setting these up with this trailer. You want to make sure a course play tip for you. If you're going to set up a course play route to simply sell from your farm silo to a sell point, if you're going to be using a train like this where you've got at least two different tipper trailers. Sometimes, like our friend Duckzorly, he will run massive trains of 3, 4, or more trailers. You have to make sure that your first point, which we'll see up there, you see my first point, the blue and white arrow that's located right over there by the grain dryer, kind of, or in front of the grain dryer. You have to make sure that that point, the start point, lines up with your silo output chute at the last trailer. I had been trying to rack my brain on trying to figure out what I was doing wrong, and I was starting, excuse me, I was starting my course with the first tipper, the first trailer under the chute, and what would happen is, as soon as it would fill, it would proceed forward, and it would maybe put a few hundred liters in there, but as soon as the truck hit the blue arrow, the blue and white arrow, it proceeded on its course. It was functioning as designed. I had just had a lack of memory on how I was supposed to do things. So there you go. All right, there's your free lesson for course play from Grizzly Bear Sims. I wanted to take a quick look at and I'm losing my voice. My voice is still playing up quite considerably. 943 liters, $943 per liter for our canola. I think I'm going to set on that for just a little bit longer um, and see if that price goes up any before we start selling. In other words, before we start really paying back that bank loan. Um, Hang on just one second. Pour some pour some coffee down my throat. Okay. I also bought this little Marshall trailer. Um, this is brand new to the Mod Hub, and I've got this reminds me of my early days on Farm Sim 15. I have had this little trailer on pretty much all of my maps, I think. I've used this little trailer. And I just absolutely love it. And I know it's probably more fitting for a British style map, but we'll just pretend that we had it exported over here. But I just love the trailer. It's about 21,000 liters of capacity. It's great for tending to your animals and everything. And it's brand new on the Mod Hub within the last week, I think. And I just absolutely love it. I really just love it, and I enjoy playing with it on my maps. And so we purchased that as a little trailer to do some things around the farm and everything with. So, um, Let's just bring up our HUD again here for animals. Alt S brings up the seasons menu, and we've got our animals here. We need to put some mixed rations in here, and probably some. We don't need any straw. We need some water and some hay silage. So what we're going to do is I want to use that little Wilson trailer. So let's just get this guy out of here for now. We're not gonna sell it, I don't think. Right now. I think I can squeeze out this door. Yeah. We'll just get this guy out of here for a moment, and we're going to tend to our animals for a second. So I guess since I put in that mixing station, I don't really need that mixing wagon per se anymore, because even though you can use it as a cart, we could bring straw over if we wanted to. We could. We could do other things as well with that mixing wagon. I could dump total mixed rations in it from the mixing station if I wanted to. But I just want to use this little trailer. I just think it is. I just think it is very cool. It's a nice looking model, and as I said, it holds 21,000 liters. You'll find it under tippers as well. And let's see if we find it here. It's right there. It's $28,000. So it's not, obviously it's not cheap, but for the fact, or 21,700 liters, I suppose, and it handles everything that you might have on the map. And um, so there we go. I guess the only difference is that I think the one that I had for Farm Sim 17 had a. Oh, this one has a cover as well. Okay, I was going to say it doesn't have a cover, but it looks like it does. So what we can do is we can just keep our mixed rations in this apparatus, in this trailer, and use it. And if it doesn't all fit with the farms or with the cows, then there you go. So let's see. I'm gonna take a moment here and grab this as a screenshot. So we're gonna open that up. We're going to come out here, and we're going to do this. So, all right, Alt 1 to get rid of those HUDs, and we don't need the lobster there. And that'll work for a screenshot. So, hope everyone, I think I've already said this, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I hope everyone genuinely has a wonderful holiday coming up, regardless of what you celebrate, how you celebrate it, and all that good kind of stuff. We've got quite a hump there. That I'm no good at that giant terrain editor stuff, so we'll just try to avoid it as best as possible. But anyway, regardless of the holiday the way you celebrate the time, even if you don't celebrate it at all from a from a religious standpoint, just simply have a nice relaxing time. And I really don't know why I'm coming this way. It looks like it was much harder on us. But anyway, certainly have a relaxing time, regardless of how you celebrate things. And hope you can spend time with your family, with your friends, your kids. Hopefully we're not gonna. There we go. Yeah, that's all right. So we filled up our animal stuff there. So we still need to bring some hay silage down here, and we need to get some water. So let's see. We'll just cover this for now, and we'll just leave this tractor in here. We're going to walk down, and we'll turn the water valve on. And then I think we're going to go and connect a tractor up to the, because we off camera, what I'm going to do, turn that on. And of course, you remember the reason why I thought something was really whacked with the menu, with the animal menu, is you remember a couple of episodes ago, I told you that all this stuff reset. all this stuff reset back out here next to the water trough as if I had not placed the water trough features. So that was a bit, that was a bit weird there. So all right, I tell you what we need to do. I'm changing my mind about as quick as my wife sometimes changes clothes. So let's see if we can get this trailer out of here this way, as easy as we got the animal. Um, yeah, we did. All right. So, because we need this tractor, I think I think this is our next largest tractor that we have, um, and I think we need this to either run the rake. Because what we're going to do, and I'm going to drop this. I'm going to drop this right here for now. It'll get in the way 10 times between now and the time I finally give up and move it, but it is what it is. So what we're going to do, and we're going to do this off camera. See, that's our tedder, which we don't need. Um, this is our rate, and of course we can't start this until Billy Bob gets done cutting that grass. But essentially, what we're going to do is I'm going to set up Courseplay to run this on the grass field, to rake it into windrows, and then we will have Courseplay, aka Jack or Billy Bob, pick up the grass, because we want this to stay as grass, not turn into hay. This we're going to let dry in the sun and turn into hay. And if we look at our weather report, we should be okay for that theory. We've got cloudy weather today, but then we've got full sun tomorrow. And since I cut the grass this morning, before this episode started, we're going to not bell that until tomorrow. So anyway, is he done? He's almost done, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this guy run here on this field. I'm going to end this episode here in just a moment because we're coming up on 22 minutes. I will come back. I will have an episode. I haven't figured out what day it's going to be, and I haven't even figured out the format. It's not going to be a Christmas episode or anything because we're in late summer with this, and so we're not going to bother doing a Christmas type episode like I did once before. So let's just go ahead and wrap things up. When we do come back for episode number 27, I think it is, it'll most likely be after Christmas. It'll probably be Friday after Christmas, so that would be the 27th, I believe. And this will all be picked up. This grass will be over there in those silos. This grass will be hay, and the hay will be baled and it will be put up and will be stacked over there at our haystack spot. Okay. And then I'll top up the animals and all that stuff as well. So most likely we will be coming back to a new game day. So if we come up and if we look at our crop stuff, we still need to, obviously we sprayed this brought this up one level. We still need to hit these four one more time. Oh, one more thing. Field number 29. I had planned to leave that field barren. It was wheat. We harvested the wheat off of it. I had said that we weren't going to plant anything there. I'm a bit greedy. I want to see how much money we can make off of soybeans. So I planted field number 29 in soybeans. We also have field number 38 in soybeans, which is what we're doing to help out this farmer over here that owns this wool business and the manure business and everything. So we're helping him out um, by harvesting the crop on this. We're going to split the money with him. So that's where we are. So we've got a lot of soybean fields. What do we have in soybeans? Just as I waste a little bit more time here with you all. So soybeans, this green color, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, losing my voice again, 11 fields in soybeans to harvest. So lots of stuff to do there. Okay, he is done. Billy Bob is done. I am done. I'm going to give my voice a rest. I will be back with you when I return. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have episode number 27 recorded for Friday. That's Friday after Christmas, and that's the 27th, I believe, of December. Until then, please take good care. Please take good care of yourself and also of each other. Thank you for watching, and come back again very soon. Bye bye for now.